Where is that? Help us get into that understanding of giving back to essentially the place that you learned that the hard knocks from. So why give back? Why give back?
Well, it's this constant thought that used to go through my head a lot for many years, and it was more on the basis that statistically I shouldn't be where I am. I beat the odds, right? Not just on getting out of the life I was in, the upbringing I was exposed to, all the people I was around, just having a normal life and coming out of that life into a normal life, having an average job, having a family, and not going down a really, really terrible path. The odds are very, very slight. But I actually went beyond that. And that's when I first proved people wrong, or proved the odds wrong. And I was like, people like, oh, you shouldn't, go into finance. I remember I used to work in the mines, and folks used to see like stock charts in my room and books, and they just thought, what the hell are you reading a book for, man? You freaking work in a mine. And then years later, running into a couple of these guys that we worked with at a funeral. One of the guys who worked with died many years later. And I remember I had a business at the time. And they're like, oh man, I seen you on that thing and on social media, and you're killing it. And it's just this moment of like, holy shit, everything that could have stopped me could have been just me accepting what they pushed on to me as their beliefs. And I chose to say no. And because I didn't allow those thoughts to dictate my own, I pushed the status quo. And then when I got to this point now, and it's like, okay, I'm pretty privileged. I'm not ultra wealthy. I'm not like flying around in jets, but I'm living I could live a pretty above average life, and I'm headed on down a path where I eventually will be able to retire. I think well before my retirement, and I'll be able to do a lot of cool things. But it's not even, my life is, I could live off such minimal wage. I don't really want a lot. And then I realized that it's almost like this luck I want to pass on. I want people to understand it's possible. I want to instill belief in people. I want to be that spark that sets them on that path to get the momentum and belief, because I didn't really wake up and go, hey, I want to be all the way up here doing all these things. It was like, hey, I might just get up this next level. And then when it happened, I went, oh, that's interesting. I achieved that. Everyone was wrong. And then it was like, maybe we'll go a bit higher. And ever since then, it's just like, can we go a little bit higher? Can we go a little bit higher? And I think that's where you start to realize there's unlimited possibility. And the only thing that holds you back is not trying, or not doing, or not taking action. And, now it's like, well, I one day, when I say I want to own my own retreat, it's not like I'll probably do it at, I'm in my 30s now, so it probably won't even be 40, probably won't even be 50, it might be 60. Be somewhere like 20, 30 years down the track, do all this stuff in business. I do a lot of volunteer for youth. I've done foster care in a teenage kid. It's something I really enjoy contributing to, and I feel like you should give back. It's almost like, I don't know, like a guilt or a gratitude thing. It's a bit of both. It's a very mixed emotion. But I still don't understand, was it luck that got me out? Because it almost has to be luck. It's like the odds are so far against me that, like I said, I landed on the spot in that job, and then I succeeded in the internship, then I got poached, and then it's like, there's been heaps of adversity through it, but it just seems like it just gets better every couple of years. There's a bit of adversity and things get better, and it's just like, it keeps just putting me on this path. And I feel like maybe there's something I'm meant to just share through my life experience back to some other kid. That all they need is someone just to tell me, you can do it. I've done it. It's got to be okay. Believe in yourself, take that job. Because if I listen to a lot of the negative people, the limiting people, I definitely wouldn't have done it. I would have been still sitting in a labouring job, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, doing an honest living, but I would have had a labouring job. I wouldn't have pushed my education. I probably wouldn't have believed in myself. I probably would have left it at that, and could have easily accepted life.